photographer. And what does that mean? That means I'm somebody who makes dictionaries. But I'm not really going to talk to you about dictionaries today because, first of all, yawn. But second of all, because dictionaries are just containers, and what they do is that they hold words. And words are what I really want to talk to you about because I really love words. And I think you should learn as many words as possible, but not for that reason. I don't think tests are a good reason to learn words. It's like learning how to cook a magnificent Thanksgiving dinner, taking a picture of it, and throwing it away. You want to learn words because they are things that let you do other things. You don't want to learn words just for the sake of learning words. It would be like having a bunch of toys and never playing with them. So I don't want you to collect words. I want you to have words. I want you to think about words as what you can use to do what you really want to do. And words are really great for doing these things. They let you read, they let you write, they let you make. And reading and writing, and especially making, are what words are really for. And I think when you make things with words, especially when you make connections with words, that's what we really want to do with our words, because we've been immersed in words here all day long. We've heard from people here on the stage. We've been talking to each other. Words let us make connections between people, and that's what I think that they're really best at. And even more than that, I think that the thing that really draws me to words is that they can connect you not just to people that you're with physically, but of course they can connect you to people who are thousands of miles and hundreds of years removed from you. And you can still feel the same things that they felt. You can understand the same ideas that they wanted to communicate to you. And you can do it almost by magic. But my favorite thing about words is that words are buckets for ideas. And every word can contain an idea in it. And nobody can take that bucket away from you once you've been given that word. And for instance, one of my favorite words is the word petrichor. Now this word is an idea bucket, and petrichor is that smell that you smell when it rains a lot on a really hot day. Does everybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah, now you know the word for that idea, and the next time it rains on a hot day and you smell that smell, you'll be connected to all the people who've ever known this word, and they can never take that bucket away from you. And words let you connect with people too, because like in California, people use the word hella, right? Yeah, they don't really use that in other places. And so that connects you to all the Californians. And then when you're connected to people who like work the same way, like in emergency rooms, sometimes people use the acronym UBI, which means unexplained beer injury, when people come in and they're hurt and they don't want to explain why. Sometimes words can contain other words inside them, like long English words like anti-disestablishmentarianism. But one of the things I love about words is that words are keys to unlock doors where you're not quite sure what might be behind them, especially when you're doing searches online. Have you ever done a search and you're searching over and over again and you can't find what you want because you don't have the key that unlocks the ideas behind it? Words they let you connect to things on maps. Like if you know a word and it's connected to a particular area, it lets you place that idea in your mind. Like for instance, the word kangatarian, which is somebody who's a vegetarian except they also eat kangaroos. Where do you think that word comes from? Totally. When you have a word that you know, it can serve as a landmark to orient you when you run into words that you don't know. Like if, when you're trying to get directions to a new place, somebody says, oh, go to this corner and turn right. So if you know the word Armageddon, right? Then if you hear the word Thermageddon, do you think that's good or bad? Bad. So Thermageddon is when the earth gets too hot for people to live there. So when you know a word can be like a door into a new idea. Once you hear the idea for the first time, it opens up the whole room behind it. Now words, I'm talking about words as words, but words have to be known in context. If you are saying that somebody bounced something, and you don't know whether they bounced a ball or they bounced a check, you have to take words in their context, because if you see a guy in a tuxedo, you don't know if he's a waiter or James Bond, right? Until you see the gun and the martini and all that. Words are like chemicals in that you can combine them to make new things, and I feel like when you have a word, even a word like chemistry, right? Organic chemistry is a much different kind of thing than romantic chemistry, but they're made out of the same parts of words. I think when you know a lot of words, you can use their power to connect to people, to connect to places, to connect to ideas, and the more words you know, the more powerful your connection to all these things can be. And in fact, I think that it is impossible to know too many words. They take up no space in your head. They expand the space in your head so that you can connect to all the things that the words connect you to. So there's no such thing as knowing too many words. Now, if you would like to, I think, connect more with words with me, you can obviously reach out to me on Twitter, by email. I work for a company called Wordnik. We have billions of words. I want to give a Creative Commons shout out. Thanks to all the fantastic people who make beautiful images and release them under Creative Commons licenses on Flickr. This whole talk is under a Creative Commons license, so if you'd like my slide deck to give a completely different talk with the same images in the same order, just let me know. I'd be happy to let you do that. Thanks so much for your kind attention.